Good morning and welcome to the Good Builder podcast. I have a very special guest here today, and we've been wanting to speak with this guy for a little while. I've spent a little time with him, and he's a freaking weapon.
Oh, no, turn it up.
You are, mate.
Turn it up.
He knows a lot about something that we haven't talked a lot about on the podcast, which is finance, and it's something that all you builders out there need to know about. So welcome the absolute legend, Barry Wilkinson from SW Brokerage. How
Thanks,
are you?
buddy, mate. Thank you for having me. A privilege to be here with you. Thank you for having me,
Thank
mate.
you so much for coming along. Well, just for our community out there who don't know you, where did it all begin? How did you get into the industry? Can you tell us a little bit about the life of Barry? I hear you're a great sportsman, great soccer player, had a bit of a time in Mexico.
Mexico. That was not playing soccer, though.
That wasn't playing soccer. But how did you get into the game? Tell us a little bit about your life,
Look,
Barry.
mate, quick story. I immigrated from Scotland. I'm a born Scotsman. I always say Scotland is my mother and Australia is my wife.
Yeah, cool.
I speak like an Aussie. I act like an Aussie, but deep down, I definitely proud Scotsman.
That's cool.
So immigrated to Australia. My father was an ex-professional footballer in the UK.
Runs in the genetics.
And then he then came across to where we live in Brisbane, grew up in Brisbane the majority of my life, and then I went back to Scotland myself to try and follow in his footsteps, and didn't really reach his heights, but it was pretty cool. That was awesome. Had a great experience. And then I came back to Australia. And when I came back, I had a bit of a kind of sliding door kind of moment where it was either I tried to continue to pursue the sporting avenue, or I became to do something with my life for longevity. And would you believe it? My sister worked for Suncorp, and I just stumbled into doing a job which I detested with Suncorp in the phone. Was it, the call center? Hated it. I got mismanaged, managed out. And then, in all honesty, I then stumbled into becoming a finance broker, which is now what I am.
Yeah, wow.
And I've got some pretty cool stories along the way, which I know a lot of you builders will hopefully align with.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, it's nothing glorified. It's nothing big. That's how it happened. It was my calling, right? So, and my first ever appointment that I did for a client, I got a 2-page complaint. So, yeah. So. It was literally sink or swim. That is my mentality.
Yeah.
That's how I was brought up.
Wow. And so you got a 2-page complaint for your first
Ever finance
deal that you wrote.
So no, there was no training. So just to slow it down a bit, when I got the job at Suncorp, it was in the call center. Yeah. And then I was like, well, how to become a finance broker? So I was watching how the other department worked. Yeah. So I went and did my kind of apprenticeship as such. I followed a guy around for 6 months after hours, after I finished work, and just watched him in terms of how it worked. And then, mate, the door opened. I got a job, and I remember really vividly in the car park. The boss at the time, Leo Gauci, little Maltese guy, he said to me, "Mate, here's your keys. You'll either sink or swim."
Wow.
And then that was my first appointment after that. That's when I got the 2-page complaint.
Jeez.
But I still remember it. I still remember it clear as day. I really do.
Imagine kids nowadays getting a baptism by fire like that. You know, it doesn't happen.
It doesn't
and that's
happen.
why I brought it up because, mate, I think it shows resilience, Barry. I think it shows grit. I think it shows the shit that you would have shown on the pitch when you're playing soccer and football. You know what I mean? Like it shows the stuff that you don't give in.
Well, I think that stems a lot from my mum and dad. They're very traditional in their Scot roots. And my father in particular, I was never allowed to sit still. I either had to do something around the house. Yeah. And I do that with my girls at the moment. It's like, don't sit still. Either, get out and mow the grass or take the rubbish out or clean the bathroom. It's just the small things. And I still remember, I'll never forget it. My dad had this 8-foot trench. Yeah. And I had to dig out with a pick. And then I had to dig it out to put an Aggie pipe down. Wow. And then I put the Aggie pipe down, and then he pulled the Aggie pipe out and got a bobcat to clear it properly. And I said to him, look, do you what you're allowed to like? Go for it. I was like, mate, what the fuck did you get me to do that for? He goes, you'll learn the lesson eventually. And he's right. Like I had to work. I had to understand the basics of just not getting it done easily. Yeah. And there's a couple of other stories I will share with your builders because this 20-year journey has not been without its hiccups.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Would
it
love
goes
to
back
hear-
to my
go for
family.
it.
It goes back to my family
Yeah.
roots. It goes back to the way I was brought up. It goes back to sport.
Yep.
Comes back to discipline. It really is something that drives me in terms of you learn more from what you fail at than what your
100%.
success is, right? So
Yep.
through failures, you need to literally like just kind of take stock as to what's happened, and then obviously you move forward. So yeah, man, and that's how it happened, and that's literally my background. I'm a father of two with a beautiful wife, and and mother and father with good kind of strong faith, and
Love it.
and that's kind of what got me through a lot of the hiccups, which we'll go through.
Yeah, that's so cool, Barry. Hey, like it's just so cool, your background and like the stories of resilience. I love hearing the old school stories of people being dumped in a position. I know that kind of sounds sick, but in a way, you know, you don't get that nowadays. Everyone's in cotton wool, and it's good to tell the stories of how it was, and it shows the person. I'm always a big believer you're a product of your environment.
Oh, big time.
And you kind of just become
100%.
that person and who you hang around and who's your role models. And you seem like you got some good role models. Your dad seems like a freaking hard worker that
He was a
taught you
hard
some
man.
good values.
Yeah, he was a hard man. But I think, you know, like I'm 48 now,
Yeah.
and like I look back in the sport, I look back in the, like I know we'll talk about with work, and I keep saying it, but mate, you know, you learn so much more from, you know, you don't take for granted what your mum and dad and the way that you've been brought up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and what they taught me there. So, like, and just in terms of the resilience, right? So when I left, so I was with Suncorp for a while, and then did my kind of apprenticeship there, and then left there, and I bought a mortgage franchise. And that was in 2005, 2006. And then in 2012, that mortgage franchise went into administration. Now, administration is pretty yucky for anyone that's ever been through it.
Yep.
The administrators came in, took everything. And in our industry, as we get paid what we call a trail, which we'll talk about.
Yep.
And I'll tell you why the importance of that trail is so super important.
Yeah.
Because we would get the trail. So I'd built up from 2005, and I'd helped the company grow the franchises around Australia. It was up to 300 franchises Australia-wide, and it went into administration. I'll never forget it. I was playing social football for a while, and we were in Cairns at the time, and it was an end-of-season football trip.
Wow.
And we're in Gilligan's. A lot of people Cairns would know Gilligan's. And I'm sitting there, I still remember it, and it was, you know, to get the email with the refund home loans was what their name went into administration. Now, let me talk you through what actually happens in administration. The administrator gets everything. And then it goes back to the people that owed the money.
Yep.
And then you are right down at the bottom of the food chain, even though you are the person that's made the money for the business.
Yeah.
So it went under, and then it was for 9 months, man. It was the 9 months. It was really, really dark. And my wife was pregnant with our oldest now. And I was probably about 5 days away from bankruptcy. I still remember I was at the Breaky Creek. It was a Saturday afternoon, and I got pissed for $55. And a reason why I say that is that moment, you realise it's like, shit, I can't get drunk for only $55. But
there was another lesson.
The lesson itself was, and it was good because we were sitting around, all the boys had known what I'd been through, and it goes back to the sport, right?
I love it.
The boys you play with, the trust, everything that you goes into it. And they're like, you want some money? I'm like, no, it's all good. But that was my pride, my ego. But that was one of the most turning points of my life.
Wow.
The most humbling. And I remember waking up, and I can tell you some of your builders right now may not have going through that, but when you go through monetary problems, mate, it's like you either have an ego, which, you know, a good mate of mine says your ego is not your amigo. Two is that you are so busy being busy. Yeah. And people mistake being busy for being productive. Yeah. And in an era that we now live in, everyone's got ADHD or you know, whatever, everyone labels themselves. It's like, you know what? No. It's not a priority. It's either reach out. If you don't know something, like reach out and speak to someone. Yeah. And, you know, people like myself, man, I genuinely, good people out there that are successful, like yourself, will give people the time of day. Oh, if there's a bit of humility about you.
You and your boys just did, Barry.
Yeah, you
like
know,
we just before this podcast, everyone, Barry took me to lunch with a bunch of blokes that were just absolute legends, and it was all about, what are you guys doing at the Good Builder? Like, we talked about how we can support each other. Mate, it's so cool.
People need that.
They
right?
do. They do.
So going through that part, so I was 4 days away from bankruptcy.
Far out.
I'll never forget it. I honestly was using all my GST money and keeping. My wife was pregnant. Anyway, a couple of stories. Had a mortgage.
Did you
lose the whole franchise? Lose the
trails?
Lost everything. Yeah. So then we had to start again. So then I had to align with another company, and that was for 4 years. Yeah, 4 or 5 years. And then that was my training.
That's what you work so hard for, those.
However, if I look back and I saw a younger Barry, mate, he was a dick. Some people that know me will probably say the same thing, but I couldn't give a shit. But my thing is that in itself, mate, I was single at the time, and a lot of you guys, I was single. I was on the piss all the time. I was chasing, the skirt, mate. I was going around the country driving a nice car, mate. I thought I was bigger than Ben-Hur.
Yeah.
And then, mate, it just happens.
Yeah. Before you even
it
know
catches up with you.
Mm.
And in all honesty, very immature with a lot of decisions that I did make. And in all honesty, I think it was the big fella upstairs, and that was my training.
Yeah.
So I think for the people that are probably listening, in all honesty, if you're out there, it's like, if you're going through a bad time, it is somewhat a lesson.
Yeah.
It's a lesson. It's a lesson. So don't, throw the towel in. Just keep chipping away.
Yeah.
It's like the stonemason, man. It just doesn't hit once. It's just like continuously chip away.
Yeah.
But, seek out help.
Yeah.
People will help. And one thing I hate and I know we'll talk about it, I hate jealousy in a human.
Yeah.
Detest it with a passion.
Yeah.
So people that are successful, they actually genuinely want to help you.
Yeah. Yeah.
They do. I've said that twice now. They do.
We've found that at the Good Builder. We've come across some very successful builders that, on the surface, they look, quite wealthy and all this stuff. People look up to them and that sort of thing. They could be or they could be not, but they're successful nonetheless. But they're the ones that are sitting on this couch like you every day, sharing their knowledge. There's so many people out there that you can lean on, and that's what we try and expose, and that's why we wanted to bring you on. That, from a personal perspective of going through business, I'm sure a heap of builders and a heap of people listening to this are going to learn so much, because there'll be someone going out there the same way that you went through, and you'll go and just stick with it, just get through it. It's a lesson and learn something.
It is so the finance sector, I genuinely love empowering people and education, right? Because that's something that's really deep in me. And if I go back to my mum and dad's story, and no one gave them the education, no one gave them the finance tips and tricks, so they did they did a few foolish things, and they didn't have enough time to recover.
Yeah.
So, that franchise one was I was young enough to recover.
Yeah. That would have been tough.
And then, as you go on, right, it happens. But I suppose if you kind of look at it for, the young pups out there, like they're apprentices. You go through your 1 to 4 years, right? So it literally, there's a lesson in everything, but also at the same time is like, educate yourself. You need to understand money talks, wealth whispers.
Yeah.
Don't forget that one. Money talks, wealth whispers. Right.
I've heard of it.
Because, like people are kind of telling you what you need, what around Smoko and driving the nice cars. God, I've helped probably about nearly 2,500 people in my time. And the wealthiest ones, if you define wealth by money, because not everyone does, by the way.
Yeah.
Is like they just keep quiet. They will tell you in their time if they feel it's secure. But it's not the flashy ones, man. Yeah. It really, honestly, it would blow your mind. It would blow your mind. It's not the flashy ones. Yeah. But in saying that, but even if they are flashy, I know a lot of guys that drive nice cars. They're very humble at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. Hey, I actually have met a few now that I can think of.
But I remember working for an Italian, right? So I started as a tiler, would you believe?
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were in construction?
I was for 8 months as a tiler, and I cut my leg in a tile. So I was cutting a tile. With a bit of snips, and I'll never forget it. My boss at the time, it was a Hungarian bloke. He calls out, and then I had the snips, but I had the offcut, and I just bang opened my leg up. Ooh. And then I had to take time off work, and I was like, you know what? Obviously, I'm not standing up. I've got a long torso. I don't think I'm going to be doing this for a long time.
I think that's why they get a lot of the Asians doing it.
Yeah, you guys you get small.
Short, you get in there.
You crouch down like in the rice paddock, right?
And you can kind of sit down. You know how they sit down on their haunches?
Yeah.
They're good at that.
And then, so, that part. Anyway, my story, so I was digging a trench at the time. And this old Italian bloke comes from Smoko. So he comes up and he rolls up in this Toyota, beated Toyota, Italian bloke.
Yeah.
And I said to him, you own all these units. Why are you driving a shit car?
Yeah.
He goes, I'll talk to you at Smoko. It kept me working. Barron will tell you some rules in life. Don't tell people what you've got. Don't talk about your love life. And don't tell people about your next move. And then later on at lunch, he told me about Barry, Money Talks, Wealth Whispers.
I like it.
And this is from an old bloke that owned all these units, right? And you'd look at the ute and you just wouldn't think, right?
Oh, yeah.
And now, look, tradies, you see them on the road. They're all got brand new utes.
Yeah.
And
boats,
and jet skis. So, and we'll get into that, but I genuinely love helping people get into the market, find out what they can and can't do, because the matrix does not allow you outside. It can entrap you.
Yeah.
Buying the car. Buying the $90,000 car as a 24-year-old.
Yeah.
Mate.
Worst investment you can make.
They don't see that though.
No.
Or going for the more expensive house or buying the boat. Mate, genuinely, people don't care, man.
No.
Other people don't care.
No.
So anyway, I'm talking too much.
And I think you need to get there for them. Some people to realise that they actually don't. People don't care. People actually genuinely don't care.
They don't. And I've seen the evolution of finance broking at the same time. More like defined as mortgage broking. I don't like the term mortgage broker because our business has evolved into finance brokerage. We do residential, commercial, business, SMSF, private, a bit of development at the same time. Yeah, but so we're starting to see a real big difference and real change in private lending, which is helping the young people buy a property, subdivide it, and then put 2 properties on there. We're seeing that a lot now.
Yeah, wow. Are you seeing that with builders too?
100%, man. 100%. Particular lot out at Ipswich Way.
Yeah.
So people buying 1,000 square metre block, older house.
Subdivide.
They want to subdivide it. As I could talk probably for another 3 hours in terms of the products out there for people, but I won't steal your thunder. We'll get into it. But
mate, it's all about you today.
Private funding.
Yeah.
So if we kind of go through it, right? I'll lead you go through it, right?
Let's go through.
We'll go through it.
Like the different categories and segments of funding, because I think that's important for builders. So.
It is. So one thing that I often find, so the business itself is residential, commercial business, in terms of what we do. And in the residential sector, if I look at the people out there either wanting to buy a property, have a property, wanted to do an investment property. Yeah. Right. 15% of the population in Australia has an investment property.
Yep.
There is 13 million Australians working. That does not add up.
Yeah.
By the age of 65, by the age of 70, by the time you retire, according to the AMP stats, you'll need $690,000 in super.
Yeah.
Now, that's not enough. But you also need to make sure that your debts are all paid out.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So if we go through those 3 avenues, right? So people that wanted to buy a property, find out how you can do it.
Yeah.
There's so much out there at the moment going, it's too expensive. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's like just find out how to do it.
Yeah.
So either reach out to us, mate. You can do a 10-minute phone call with us.
Yep.
We've got first home buyer specialists.
Yeah, cool.
We'll run through what you can and can't do.
Yeah.
As from the 1st of October, the new stamp duty, the new rules come out. So you have no stamp duty.
Yeah.
The avenues for first home buyers is unbelievable.
It's huge, isn't it? And then they've income caps.
Gone.
Yeah, gone.
So from the 1st of October, for the people that are listening, no mortgage insurance, which is massive. So you can buy, you can construct. There's no stamp duty, and you've got a $30,000 on a leg up on that as well. And you don't have to pay stamp duty. You don't have to pay mortgage insurance. So just to slow it down, is that from the 1st of October, the new scheme comes in where you don't have to pay lender's mortgage insurance up to 95%.
Yep.
You can construct.
Yep.
There's no concessions. There's no limits on concessions anymore.
Yeah.
So you've got that. Then if you want to construct, you can get a $30,000 leg up by the government in terms of stamp for the boost.
Yeah.
So that's your first home buyers market. We also can get 98% home loans.
Yeah.
95% home loans, which you can get. Then you've got people that want to buy an investment property. Well, you can buy a brand new property. Yeah. Or you can buy an established property.
Yep.
You buy a brand new property, you can claim 2.5% of the construction amount.
Yeah, wow.
A lot of people don't know that.
No.
So
I didn't know that.
People that want to buy a brand new property as opposed to an established property, well, at the moment, that stat I just gave you before, 13 to 15% of people.
Yeah.
If you look at $1 million property, as an investment.
Yep.
The $1 million property, the rental income is not going to cover your mortgage payments, even though the rates are going down.
Yep.
So your cash flow is going to be hurt.
Yeah.
So you're having to pay out every month.
Yep.
Either that property is going to have to be in a real good location, or you will need the income for the builders out there that want to purchase it, to do it up, to flip it.
Yeah.
So you're going to need good cash flow.
Yeah.
If you buy a brand new property, from a tax perspective, I'm no accountant, so there's no financial advice.
Yeah.
But you can claim 2.5% of the construction amount on that build.
Yeah, wow.
So at the end of the financial year, the loss goes against your income,
Wow.
reduces your taxable income, and you get money back from the government. So if I'm on $100,000 a year and I purchased an investment property, brand new, 2.5, and the depreciation and the loss of rent, that is a taxable loss. So let's just call it, say, 15 grand.
Yeah.
So the taxable income I'm now paying on 15 grand, for argument's sake, 25 grand.
Yeah.
On 100 grand, it may be 32,000.
Yeah, yeah.
So I get $7,000 back from the government.
Wow.
Now, you remember that loss that you had?
Yep.
You park that, and that covers the year on year. So you're not out of pocket. So that's how people do it, essentially, right? So
that is so critical for some of the builders out there and their clients. That's huge, Barry.
But any renovations that you're doing for your clients, so just say as it was your house, that it's an investment property, and you're doing a bathroom, you're doing a kitchen, you're doing your deck, I can claim that as a depreciation.
Yeah, wow.
Right? So you need a quantity surveyor to do that for you at the end of the financial year. He or she will do a report for you and give it to your accountant.
Jeez.
Did you not know that? So that's huge, right?
That is, well, this is why we've got you on. I always say it, the good builder, Barry, because you've only, we've known each other for a little while, but you haven't been on here. Like, the good builder is not me or kind of like Eliza or anyone in our team. It's everyone out there. It's all our community sharing the knowledge, mate. So I did not know that. That's why I got you here, man. Like, that is so cool.
Look, I know we'll probably do more.
We'll do more
because there's things like buying an established property, buying a brand new property, buying, the thing called debt recycling.
Yeah,
if you've got an abundance of equity. Like, mate, it
went down a rabbit hole on that.
It is. It's huge, right? So, so the first-time buyer, there's so much out there. Honestly, if you're a young person looking to buy, it is probably the best time for you, even though the prices are expensive. But, mate, it's a great idea. People that have got equity in their property, typically they'll look at renovating, or they'll want to maybe do some debt recycling because they can't afford to buy another property. That's either borrowing money to invest into the ASX. A lot of people do quite well out of that. But yeah, mate. So then that's your residential, right? So residential, people that are looking at refinancing or debt consolidation. So the builders out there that you may have, right?
Yeah.
Cash flow.
Yeah.
Cash flow is everything.
Yep. Absolutely.
So refinancing is a big thing at the moment, and I would highly encourage any builder out there that has got an existing mortgage, had it for like 2 or 3 years. They've got maybe a credit card or a car loan or some small, young, yucky debts that are lingering.
Yeah.
Well, what we can actually do, let's say hypothetically you pulled out you did a mortgage 5 years ago, you took out a 30-year term, you've got 25 years left on it.
Yeah.
You've got $500,000 owing on your house.
Yeah.
And all the other small, yucky little debts that you've got, call it 30, 40.
Yeah.
Plus you want to borrow some money to do renovations. This is what we typically see. Then you go, right, let's call it 100 grand. 100 grand goes on your mortgage plus the 500, so that's 600.
Yeah.
Then you've got to push them back to a 30-year term. Now, what do you think instinctively? Oh, yuck, I have to go back.
Yeah.
Once you actually do the cash flow analysis on it, because this is what differentiates us to other financiers.
Yeah.
You do a cash flow analysis on it. You've created a cash flow. You put more towards the mortgage, only $200 or $300 extra.
Yeah.
And if you actually look at it, you would have paid that mortgage off quicker within 25 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So not only have you improved your property, you've improved your mindset.
Your position.
You don't have that lingering debt of credit cards paying 15 to 20% or a car loan.
Yeah.
So refinancing's massive. Anyone that's got any debts, honestly, genuinely, I personally love it.
Yeah.
Helping them, because what they don't know, I just explained to you there. People are like, oh my God.
I know.
But the biggest job that we like to do is people, when they leave me or they leave one of my group or guys in my group, it's like, okay, I get it. You've just empowered me something with knowledge within what I can and can't do with what else is out there.
Yeah.
From a finance perspective.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Then you've got the commercial part, probably without rambling on too much, but then you've got builders that own businesses out there.
Yeah.
Right?
There's a few of them.
Yeah. What they do is that they're good at building.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? So that's what their talent is.
Yeah.
When they're not building, they're worrying about money, then obviously the deck of cards starts to come tumbling down.
Yeah.
You know, there's businesses out there at the moment that we've got that I deal. There's a company that are turning over 30 million at the moment.
Wow.
A business and I won't mention their name, but but they have got cash flow problems. Yeah. Because they're growing at such an alarming rate.
Yeah.
So they need to be paying for more staff. They need more infrastructure. They need more trucks, all of it.
Whatever they need
to continue to go. And they need more accountants. They need more bookkeepers.
Yeah.
So it all comes with a consequence, right?
Yeah.
So my advice would be to people out there is like, if you've got a cash flow problem, then we need to work with your accountant.
Yeah.
We have got lenders out there that we can do a snapshot on your bank accounts for 12 months.
Yeah. Wow.
And whatever's coming in and whatever's going out, even if you've got an ATO debt, whatever's left over, we will give you a portion of like an overdraft as such.
Yeah.
And what that does, it just gives you more breathing space.
Yeah.
Because if you're working on other jobs and people haven't paid you yet, it's
that.
stopping you from doing something else.
Yeah.
That is the biggest thing that I see in your industry.
I love it.
Huge, mate. Like it's cash flow lending.
Is. It's the thing that kills them.
Yeah,
it's
cash
the
flow
thing that kills business, builders.
Yeah,
particularly.
And ATO debt. So anyone that's got ATO debt and you've got a mortgage, we can consolidate ATO debt within the mortgage. To give you more breathing space. Oh, man, I can give you.
So there's a multitude. So guys and girls out there, there's a multitude of ways they can work with you. From you helping them find the client their best solution for their loans, and then for themselves, from a business perspective, get you to have a look at it. Even financing display homes. One other thing that I used to do heaps of, Barry, actually in the construction industry when I was in GJs, and also when I had my own little marketing agency thing going on, still got it going on. But mate, I used to do a lot of finance offers. So one of the best campaigns we ever ran, and I don't know why builders don't do this, and I'd love some builders to, partner up with you if you're up for it, to do some stuff like that. We did one where it was like get into your house for 10K. And we partnered with a particular broker. It was for Osmar Homes up here on the coast. It went gangbusters. Freaking
what did they
gangbusters. Get into your home for 10K for first home buyers.
Oh, so they were gifting it back.
Yeah.
So there's a builder that we work with at the moment that can pay for your rent.
That sort of stuff. Like talk, builders team up with guys like Barry or with Barry. Like, I'll put the details in the bottom of this pod. Have a chat with Barry and his team. Yeah. I know you're busy, so he's got a massive team. I just think that the ones that are going to win, especially the first home buyers and some of those, especially when October 1 comes, are they going to be the ones that are out there with the finance offers to differentiate themselves.
Mate, 100%.
And educate the customer, because I still get builders coming to me going, all this stuff that's going on October 1, even salespeople, how do we sell it? Yeah. What does it mean?
It is foreign for it. It is foreign. I mean, look, then you talk to the developers, their prices go up. The first home buyers they need to shift their mind. It is unbelievable. They should be looking at doing something, get past the price range. It ain't going to change.
No.
But I'm 48 years of age, got a couple of kids, got my wife. We're both working full time. There's a lot of people out there I find as well that have built properties or have got houses and they've just sat idle.
Yeah.
And then they get to the point of maybe 50 or 49 and they're like, what should we do? We've got an abundance amount of equity. What should we do?
Yeah.
And my industry, there's a lot of brokers out there at the moment. It will be cleansed up. It will cleanse up. Trust me. It's happening at the moment.
Yeah.
Brokers, individual brokers that have only been in the industry, because the entry level to get into what we do is easy.
Yeah.
It's too easy.
Yeah, okay.
To the point where anyone can leave. Like, I remember doing a loan for a pilot many years ago who was a broker as well, right? So it's too easy. Good brokers will, analytically go through your whole kind of finances and give you a holistic approach.
Yeah.
Between the age of 45 and 55, you really need to kind of throw the die. I'm quite aggressive by nature in terms of this because I've seen other people do it. It's like, well, either find out to buy another property, buy an investment property, look at some shares.
Yeah.
Maybe buy a property in your SMSF, which I know we'll talk about in another thing. That the SMSF is fabulous.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't construct an SMSF.
Oh,
you can't. No, you can't. SMSF is wonderful. If anyone's got 350,000 in their super, they really need to speak to people like myself, people that are qualified to speak about it, because some other brokers don't.
Yeah.
They don't have an idea in terms of how it works.
Yeah.
So just in summary, it's like anyone that wants to speak to a good, like if I wanted to speak to a good builder, someone that was reputable,
Yeah.
I'd look at their website, look at their Google reviews, and
Yeah.
I'd be known that they've been around for a while, and I like that product. They engage you.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
having a broker is like having a dentist,
Yeah.
having a doctor,
Yeah.
financial planner, an accountant,
Yep.
someone that goes, you get it.
Yeah.
Show me how to make more money.
Yep.
Show me how to buy more things in my assets.
I love it. And I would love to do another episode just for the benefit of builders. Don't worry about educating builders on how they can talk about finance for their customers. Let's talk about finance for builders.
Oh.
How can builders make some money? How can builders invest their money wisely? We were talking about it at lunch, I think, and it was like or me and you or one of the other blokes, and we're talking about, and I love builders out there. We love all you guys out there, but how builders go and buy, big Raptors, and all this stuff. You're like, it's not your money. Like the wealth planner, Nick.
Yeah.
He was mentioning some stuff, and I'm like, yeah.
But you know what though, as well, I normally find, because these boys and then girls, they're knackered at the end of the day.
That's true.
Like they're physically, emotionally knackered. So for me to turn around and talk to you about finance, it's like, mate, go away, right?
I know.
Like piss off. You do my head in.
Yeah.
So I can see it.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, you build, you do what you're good at.
Yeah.
You make sure that you just align yourself with the right people around you.
Yeah.
And what I do find a lot in your industry, honestly, like we've got a lot of builders on our platforms.
Yeah, I know.
Mate, what we do find is they come out of their trade, or they're builders themselves. They're seeing other people that develop.
Yes.
Guarantee it.
Yeah,
They're like, what's going on here? I need to make more money. They're buying properties
Everybody's
themselves.
into it at the moment. Yeah.
They're subdividing properties.
100%.
Or they're either going into a development.
They are.
And that's quite scary. Development's a different beast.
Yeah.
Private lending's a different beast.
And you can help with that though.
Mate, any finance, 100%. Like we're helping 3 guys at the moment with some private funding, some display homes.
Really?
Banks, like I've got an appointment tomorrow with a guy who is a builder. He does
so much to talk to you about, man.
Does about 100 homes a year.
Far out.
So like he's got a lot of put and calls coming up as well, which I'm sure a lot of you builders know about.
100%.
So he's like, hey, I need to fund these. How do I fund them?
Wow.
So we'll go through a traditional lender for that because he's got the relationship.
Yeah.
And without boring you too much, is that how we're doing it. So we've got another builder that's doing private lending.
Yeah.
Now, private lending might be about 9.99.
Yeah.
And then your traditional lenders will make him, this other guy will make him jump through that many hoops, but he's prepared to jump through the hoops.
Yeah.
So maybe like 7%.
Yeah, wow.
But this other guy's just get it done for me, get it
So we can
flipped, so we can move it pretty quick.
Yeah, wow.
So it's still about being quick, right?
Yeah.
So I find your industry, the builders,
Yeah.
man, I don't speak to them like, not saying that they don't understand it. A lot of them understand it, but I don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't overcomplicate it. It's like, mate, tell me what you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
This is how you do it.
Yeah. And I won't name builders, but I know some phenomenal builders that you work with, and then you do such a great job.
100%. You've just got to listen to what they want. But outside the builders, anyone that's out there that doesn't have aspirations to continue to maybe develop or knock down something and rebuild.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another podcast as well, how people do that. But reach out, man. Honestly, the matrix does not, banking sector does not want you to get ahead.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, and I work in the banking sector.
Oh, wow.
I'm down a black hole, man, anyway.
We're going to have you back on as a regular guest, mate.
I look forward
I love
to
it. There is so much. What do you see as, we kind of talked about it a lot, but what do you see builders get tripped up on the most with their clients in construction finance?
That's a good question, man. Communication and also the finance company that they're dealing with. Okay. So you've got your 5 stages, right? Your deposit and then all the way through. But also the biggest is getting the money.
Yeah, okay.
From the bank.
Yeah.
Quicker.
Yeah.
And being completely out the loop. So at SW Brokerage, in all honesty, is that we have still got a lot of the traditional ways.
Yeah.
So what happens with us is that the brokers and myself will get the loan formally approved.
Yeah.
And then they're handed over to our settlement offices based here in Australia in Milton.
Yeah.
And then their job is to walk that client all the way through from concrete all the way through to the 5 stages.
Wow.
So what we do is we get the builders to send us the invoice. We grab the invoice. We then send it to the bank, and the bank has an area of settlement which is just for construction, and we work with the builder. We work with the bank in terms of when the money's going to be drawn down.
Wow.
So there's little things that the builder may miss.
Yeah.
Like a signature. So at the bottom you've got to sign it, right?
Yeah.
Or you initial it.
Yeah.
Or the address may not be right. So it's small things like that delay it.
Yeah.
So then we'll then send it to the bank and we'll find out when it's being paid. We will then communicate that with the builder and we'll communicate that with the clients. And then what happens is each stage, right? So people that don't have that infrastructure within the business, like just say you're an individual broker.
Yeah.
I'll bag, it sounds like I'm bagging them, but they just don't have that infrastructure.
No.
If they deal with a bank direct, honestly, so say like you've got a not verify, like it's probably not the word that I'm after. Just say there's a variation.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Say there's a variation to the contract.
Yeah.
Well, that can have a ripple effect all the way through the 5 stages that you've already signed with the HIA contract, right?
Yeah.
True?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So if my 5 stages are, $1, 2, 3, 4, $5,
Yeah.
and there's
variation.
variation at $2,
Yeah.
well, what is that going to do
Yeah.
to the first investment?
Oh,
Number one,
that would be painful.
but also does it change the valuation? Okay. So you've increased it or you've reduced it.
Yeah.
Now, if you've done that, then that could have a ripple effect all the way through. So it's identifying things like that.
You don't think of that as...
You don't.
I don't think of that.
What I built 4 years ago, and mate, my wife and I changed. She changed things around that changed the variation. So what actually happens is that within the system, within our system, we've got a system that will go right. What were the 5 stages? What did we pay Aaron's first stage? Did it mirror image? And if it's not, if there's a variation right at the bottom for more or less, we know that it's got to go back to you.
Yeah.
So in summary, it's number one, communication, variations to the contract, and making sure that you've got the broker at the background pumping through to make sure you can get the money so you can keep going. True?
I love it. Ari.
So we still got that old traditional. My two wonderful girls in the office that look after this are ex-branch managers.
Yeah, wow.
So we've still got the old school, man. It can be a bit of a pain at times, but those are the small things that good brokers do, mate.
I love it because I've been talking to, obviously we talk to hundreds of builders every week, and a lot of them are talking about, they don't understand construction. That's what they'll talk. I was saying, I'm going to get Barry from SW Brokerage on. He's in a weapon. What do you want me to ask him? And they were talking about, how does a construction loan work and all this sort of thing. But they probably didn't think about the things you just spoke about.
No, they
which are going to be detrimental to the business. Anyone can learn what a construction loan is.
Big time.
You can Google it. And you go, okay, you've got to pay at different stages. It's different to a traditional mortgage loan because of this, and this.
Another thing, probably just while you're talking about that, is that if you just say, for example, pick a builder, pick any builder.
I'm trying not to be. Metricon.
Metricon, okay. So Metricon so you've got the block of land.
Yep.
You then give us a contract, but you now, Aaron, the consumer, you've gone through Metricon.
Yeah.
Or one of the builders. You then have signed that contract for $500K.
Yep.
But you haven't included concrete, landscaping, and things that you've got mates that you can do on the side. Happens all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Now, that blows it out.
Yeah.
It can be frustrating because the contract, you're like, well, no, my mate will do that. Or I've got a mate that is in every industry. Or what I might do is I've got a mate that does the carpet.
Yeah.
My mate has carpet business, carpet court. Yep. Gavin Bowman, good guy. And
shout out to you, mate.
Shout out to Gavo. So what does that do?
Yeah.
So now you have to give that contract with the carpet, with the landscaping, with the concrete.
Yeah.
Okay. You then give that to the financier. Financier has to go out with all those contracts, by the way.
Yeah.
You to do his valuation or her valuation. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. No. A lot of builders probably don't, right? So that's why then what happens is Metricon have built the house, but then Aaron, you're still left with a pot of money. The bank are not just going to gives that to you until the valuation's done. Wow. I know. Oh man, we could spend hours on this.
Oh my God, there is so much that can trip up.
Honestly, if a client, one of your clients for the builders out there, for your clients that you're dealing with, even though someone has said, I've got a pre-approval,
Yeah.
a pre-approval is not worth the paper it's written on.
Yeah, well,
It's not, man. It's not, because there's
Really?
that. No. Well, probably my crew will probably
No,
hit
I
me for
like
saying that. I'll tell you why, because a lot of it's just
I like it, mate.
system. It's just system generated.
Yeah.
And with on there, you've got like
It is.
subject to this, subject to that, subject to that, subject to that.
True.
So
Yeah.
you could ring one of the mainstream banks at the moment and go, hey, I'm buying a property with my partner. I'm
Yeah.
on this, she's on that. This is it. Yep, no worries. Bang, they just give you
Pre-approved.
pre-approval.
Yeah.
You're like, no, it hasn't even gone past the gatekeeper. So my suggestion would be is any one of those builders out there that have got clients that have got pre-approval. Some banks don't do pre-approvals now, but it's not a genuine pre-approval. Make sure that it's actually gone through the bank system properly. And the broker that they're dealing with, because predominantly be a broker, my suggestion would be is if they've got a broker, look up their website, how long they've been in the industry.
Yeah.
And do they align with that client's goals? Honestly, it's not, there's that many bloody cowboys out there at the moment. It's not funny.
Yeah. No, that was super.
Because the broker will make your life hell.
I didn't
heaven.
expect this out of this chat, Barry. I thought this was going to be a bit more of a basic finance chat, but you've told us so much about like the operational side of
It's massive,
what builders
right?
have got to look out
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
Because we've never spoken about this. Because no one really, I think you have to be an expert in finance to really understand it, know everything that happens in the background and how it affects things.
Well, another thing is what I do hear a lot
Yeah.
is that I normally see with builders, once they've been in the industry for a while, they get pissed off with consumers.
Yes. Yep.
Do you hear that a lot?
100%.
Why? I know probably why.
Why I think builders get pissed off with clients. I think they're too much of a hassle. They don't understand what they're doing in terms of construction, and they don't have the full education. I'm always big on. I always tell builders I think there needs to be more education from the builder to the consumer. I think there's a communication problem between
100%.
there. So I think that amounts to a lot of the frustration. I don't know. I think they just get tired and burnt out about it.
Well, not only have they got their finances to sort out for their budget, they've got the builder, and they want all these kind of modifications or new taps or whatever it may be, right? So the builder, the client themselves, if they have a firm understanding in terms of their finances, and they are completely walked through step by step by step by step, because it is daunting building.
Absolutely.
I know it. Right. I can completely empathise with people that have gone through it. Once you nullify that worry, building with the builder becomes easier.
Yeah.
Because they know, well, this is my budget. And it becomes super clear.
Yeah.
It's like,
No,
no,
you're right,
my
Barry.
budget's only $500K. I can't get that tap.
You're right.
Oh, what if I change that? No, this is your budget.
You're
you
right.
cannot move from this.
You're right. You know what? I think I told you I used to work for GJ Gardner, and we started GJ Finance, which was a bit of a flop. But anyway, but I was like, we did it because if we can hook them in, we get their finance sorted. We know that what they can afford. Then the building.
Mate.
I don't. You just said it better than me. I think your answer was fantastic, mate. Mine was a piece of shit. But at the same time,
It's the same thing, right?
That's exactly why we did it. Exactly why. I don't know why I didn't think of it, because we did it so we could go, we know your budget. There's going to be no hassles because we know what we're going to build. We know what you can afford. The whole journey is a lot easier,
Mate,
because you get disappointed too.
If the builder and the broker are hooked up, and so things are changing. Shit is changing.
Builders and brokers need to hook up.
Well, 100%. Shit is changing in the industry.
You can't buy a house without finance.
Mate, big way. Like good brokerages will rise to the top. Shit will go. It's like the building industry. You're finding that you got more buyers agents out there. Real estate agents aren't really working hard for their dollar at the moment because it's easy.
Yeah.
Hopefully a lot of them go. But then you've got the arrogant ones that just don't get back to clients, right?
Yeah.
But then you've got builders that are just putting ridiculous prices on contracts because they know that they don't need it.
Yeah.
But they're doing that to the client, right? So it's like, it's a difficult one. But look, in all honesty, it's a relationship. So where I'm saying is that builders out there, talk to the client and go, hey, look, who's your broker? Do you mind if I go and have a chat with him?
Yeah.
Or her?
Yeah.
Go and talk to
Has
them.
to happen.
And then the three of them get together and they're like, it's like a project.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like a project management. That's where it's at, right? So why I call us finance brokers, I know I'm fucking going everywhere, but why I call us finance brokers is essentially because it's like you need to just be more than just an interest rate.
Yeah.
Like, don't talk to me about it. I say it to my crew, do not talk to me about interest rate. Talk to me about something holistic for these people. They're going to walk away going, oh my God, that was amazing. The rate will be the most suitable one for you. Trust me. But empower me to walk away with something decent. But anyway.
I love it. Mate, there is so much to talk to you
about.
Oh,
dude, and we haven't even fucking got through the questions
We haven't done any
yet.
questions. and unfortunately, I think we have to sort of finish up the pod.
We do, mate.
But, Barry, mate, that was fucking phenomenal. Let's have you back on. Let's talk. We'll arrange some stuff, guys. Get back to us and tell us what you want to know about Barry. But before you leave, mate, how do builders get in touch with you? How does our community get in touch with you? Should they just jump on your website? Is there someone in the office?
No. Honestly, I'm still feet on the ground. I'm still one of the troops.
Still cool to chat.
100%, man. So to reach out to swbrokerage.com.au.
Yep.
Go to the contact page, look up Barry Wilkinson, and my name will be there. Click the button, send the inquiry, or send me a text on 043 801 1967. And mate, we'll definitely talk. We'll chew the fat.
I love it. That's how much this guy wants to talk to you guys. Like, giving out your number on the pod. Let's do it. Chat to this guy. He knows so much. I'm not going to name builders that he works with, but they're pretty fucking phenomenal, and they're some of the fastest growing, and their customers are pretty satisfied. So
they're pretty good.
For other builders out there, I would have a chat with him. Other clients out there, if you're a builder looking to do a display home, or any of your clients looking for finance, chat with Barry.
Yep.
But mate, we'll have you back on a regular spot every month or every couple of weeks, because we've got a lot to talk about.
I'd love that. And I reckon for the people out there wanting to maybe do a knockdown themselves as a builder for a display, mate, private lending is going off.
Knockdown rebuild displays are great too.
Mate, thank you very much.
You're a legend. Thank you, Barry.
Thank you, mate.